is giving you the air.
Este é o cantor Jason Upton, filho adotivo e conhecido por sua adoração profética com letras profundas. É líder do ministério norte-americano chamado Chave de Davi. Ele contou na coletiva de imprensa da Conferência Livres 2011, que aconteceu em São Paulo, que durante a sua apresentação, que resultou na gravação de um CD, ele teve a oportunidade de cantar com um anjo. Na gravação de seu CD Remember, Jason Upton fez um show para cerca de 700 órfãos. Ele contou que ministrar para aquelas crianças foi um tanto quanto difícil. Toda vez que alguém mencionava a palavra pai, eles se fechavam de uma forma incrível. O evento durou 4 horas e apenas uma canção foi cantada. Nós dividimos em faixas para CD, mas, na verdade, o álbum todo é composto por apenas uma faixa. No final da apresentação, uma das crianças foi até Jason e contou, maravilhada, que havia visto um grande anjo atrás dele.
Eu vi anjos e eles estavam cantando para mim.
Eu só concordei, olhei para o pessoal da banda e ri. Achei bonitinho, mas disse que deveria ser coisa de criança, que na igreja dele deveriam falar muito sobre anjos, ele lembra. Upton só passou a acreditar na visão daquela criança quando ele ouviu a gravação e percebeu que juntamente a sua voz podia ouvir um som diferente. Ele me disse que era uma interferência nos microfones e que me provaria, separando o áudio de cada microfone e me mostrando que tal som aparecia em todos eles. De acordo com o músico, o engenheiro de som dividiu os microfones e não encontrou nada, até isolar o microfone principal, e lá estava o som. Questionando o engenheiro de som que trabalhou naquele CD, ele tentou achar a resposta daquela segunda voz.
Like a bird in the air, you escape the snare of the enemy.
O engenheiro de som me disse que era como se houvesse alguém cantando a uns 5 metros atrás de mim. Ele ficou sem palavras, apenas saiu, afirmando que precisava tomar um ar.
Podemos cantar We Will Rock You?
Heavenly places, heavenly places.
Performing or listening to music. Tell me like a spiritual encounter you had in a nutshell. Go ahead, Michael.
Undoubtedly. We were in Alexandria, Louisiana. It was when I was with Jason Upton. And we went into this college auditorium, and I basically just put the recorder on and let it go. And we were doing sound check, and I looked up to the ceiling, and I started seeing this fog coming through, and I figured it was just like the condenser in the air conditioner in the coil or something. This fog starts coming in the room, and I started feeling a whole lot of God all of a sudden. I really didn't put 2 and 2 together. I'm a little slow on the uptake sometime. And so I asked the janitor, I said, hey, what's that stuff coming out of the ceiling up there? And he looked up there and he said, I don't know, there's no pipes up there. And so this holy fear kind of came over me. And meanwhile, there's all these youth guys in there, and they're real stoic, and they got their arms crossed and everything's kind of like, let's see what you got, young man. You know, one of those things. So we finished, and we just started playing, and it got to the point where it got so thick in there that I jumped off stage and I went and jumped under the soundboard. I mean, I felt so much God. I was like, oh my God, at any minute something's just going to bust through. And all of a sudden this little kid comes under the soundboard. He goes, there's a 12-foot angel standing behind Jason Upton. And you know what? I know I wasn't singing because I wasn't up there. William wasn't singing. Jason's singing, but there's 2- and 3-part harmonies going on in the room. And I'm going, what in the world? And I'm looking on the hard drive recorder, and it's recording it. And I'm thinking, if this is on here when I play this back, I'm going to come out of my skin. So all of a sudden, all this stuff happens. All these guys that were like, yeah, they're, Daddy, Daddy, oh God, you know. And Jason, I look at Jason, and he's up on stage, and his eyes are rolled back in his head, and he's teetering on his piano bench. I thought, oh my God, he's drunk. Oh, I thought that was something that he did all the time. I thought he's completely lost it. So all this stuff's going on, right? And it's happening in real time, so you're not even catching all of what's happening. And then after the meeting, I went up to, because we were rooming together, I went up to get Jason off the stage. He was completely plastered. But he'd never been drunk in the spirit before, so he says, I'm feeling all tingly. My arms, and Michael, my legs. And make a long story short, he fell asleep in the dorm exactly like a drunk guy would. He just lay down on the bed with all his clothes on in his bag, and he was gone. So the next morning, I'm thinking, was that real? I went back to Nashville, and I'm in there with this engineer friend. I was producing the project, and sitting on there, we're going through all the material. We get to the song Fly. And all of a sudden, I said, well, any minute now, if that was really an angel, and all of a sudden, there's this perfect voice that comes flying. I went, whoa! And I said, we got to find that. And the engineer goes, oh, that's just a psychoacoustic anomaly. That's probably a tom-tom ring or something. And so I thought, oh, yeah? Well, let's find it then. So we start going through, we start soloing out each channel, not a tom-tom, not a keyboard, blah, blah, blah. We get through everything except Jason's vocal. Now, remember, the kid said there's a 12-foot angel behind Jason. So we solo Jason's vocal track, and there's 2 waveforms on there, one little one and one big, big one. And you can see it, and not only that, but you can hear it, and the guy goes, well, that sounds like something standing like 12 foot behind Jason. I said, I told you it was an angel. And so literally on that, when that part hits, it doesn't matter. I mean, you get hammered every time.
E você, crê neste testemunho? Deixe o seu comentário. Para conferir a música completa do cantor Jason Upton, chamada Fly, acesse o link na descrição abaixo do vídeo.